We're all trying to get better, but let's be honest. I have 4 kids, a job. I just don't have time to practice. But what if we took 90 minutes a week? Today, we're with Dr. Nico Darras, golf blueprint. He works with some of the top tour pros on games and drills, and he created 90 minutes a week. I think I can do that. This is what it's gonna take to get better. Let's get into the games. Go download this. This thing's awesome. Let's get into it. Hey, thanks for having us out here. It's good to be back. I have a challenge for you today. How do I get better in a limited amount of time every week? I am a 32-year-old dad to now 4 kids. My time is not what it used to be.
We're gonna structure some practice today. We're gonna run through a probably 80 to 90 minute session.
Okay.
I know as a busy dad, it's tough to get 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But 90 minutes once a week, twice a week, you're gonna be able to see some gains. Most important thing is understanding your game.
Okay.
So we break the game down into 5 categories with driving, approach, wedges, chipping, and putting. In those categories, what are your superpowers? And a lot of people tend to hyper focus on the things they struggle at.
Okay.
We don't necessarily want to do that. Say you're a great driver of the ball, you need to stay a great driver of the ball. But we also then might want to work a little bit more on chipping. And then the most important thing is that we're not chasing our last result.
I think we all get so emotional, right? I hit 2 balls out of bounds, my driver sucks, I need to go work on my new swing, and you're gonna find me with a new driver 2 weeks from now. I got a lot of questions, but let's get into it.
We're gonna do a simple warm up. The Lil John. 369, damn you fine.
369, damn you fine.
So 3 shots at 30 yards, 60 yards, and 90 yards. This is just basically a warm-up game. Like we said, we have a launch monitor. Love to see, 29 yards, 31 yards, 31 yards.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if you don't have a launch monitor, you can just pick, like here we have some great targets, hit a couple at those targets.
Yep. Hey, 29, I did.
Look at you.
I was one of those people that didn't warm up well. I was hanging out, I forget who it was, but they're like, why are you hitting an 8-iron? Like, what are you doing? Like, have you ever seen a tour pro grab an 8-iron and start
Immediately.
going? Like, no, they always start doing this, and they're doing wedges and stuff, and it's like, okay, well, maybe I should do that.
Yeah, taking a warm up seriously, especially like we're the same age. Like, things hurt. Like I get out there in the morning, I'm like, my back is killing me.
Yeah.
I'm not 22 anymore.
I know. All right, 59 yards. That was.
Look at you.
That was pretty good.
You're dialed. You're
one way-
freaking dialed
that's
this
one way to put
morning. I really, really like for better players in this game too, learning to change trajectories. But as we do this in the first round, trajectory isn't that important, but as we go, we really, really, really want to be able to say, okay, I'm gonna hit this 60-yard shot a little bit lower.
Still too far? So 10 minutes of 30, 60, 90. We're gonna play with height maybe,
Yes.
right? Between shots?
Yes. Ideally, you do 3 balls at 30, 3 at 60,
Okay.
3 at 90, 90, 60, 30. So we're gonna work up and then down that ladder.
Got
And
it.
ideally, you would use 2 clubs. We look at data as a long-term trend, right? 1 tournament doesn't necessarily matter. 3 tournaments might not matter, but 6 months of data tells us a lot. If you're a serious player, you gotta be tracking stats. Using that data effectively. Plan your practice around what makes you great. No 2 players are the same. Your game today is gonna be different than it is 6 months from now, so we're gonna build a plan for you today.
All right, so down below in the description, we have a link to a PDF that Nico made for me of all these games. We're not covering all of them in this video. There's like a bonus wedge one that we're gonna skip right now and go to the next one. So make sure to go download that. You can put it on your phone. You can take it to the range next time you're out. All right, game number 2, what do we got?
We got the Shot Shaper. This is our bread and butter tour game. If you don't have a launch monitor, no big deal. We're gonna shoot a target out there that we love, that we can very clearly see the ball land. So right here, it's a little shorter than we'd like at 145, ideally 150, 170, and that's because those are most amateur par 3s. So for my tour guys, this is 170 to 210. That's typically the par 3s they play, but this one's gonna be great. It's 145 yards. What's your shot shape? What's your favorite shot shape?
Bit of a fade.
Okay, so we're gonna start basically on the left edge of this green. And all we're doing is hitting fades into this pin, and anything that crosses right doesn't count. So let's just hit a couple. Most of our games are written so that they start off very simple, kind of like Lil John, and then we add depth. It's really easy for tour guys to hit, 3 different clubs into this pin, but the average amateur, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So pretty simple, you're just hitting fades that start left of that pin and stay left of the pin.
Pretty straight, didn't move.
Perfect.
There it is. Is it fine if we missed the shot shape, just went straight?
So ideally, the point of this game isn't to have a great end result, it's to see the shape that you want to see.
Got it, okay.
we'll get through this one here.
How good that is.
That's better. There we go.
That almost went in.
Well,
Ruh-roh. All right, Liger ate your ball.
okay.
You lose.
Can't go right of the pin.
Can't go right of the pin. So
Okay.
a good shot, right? In the tournament, you're probably happy about it.
Yeah.
But for the game, you lose.
Oh yeah, that is thin to win.
Okay, let's talk about that. Not your best shot,
No,
but you executed it.
accomplish the game.
So the point of these it's not the outcome, because like you kind of one-handed it, like, oh, I'm frustrated. No, you literally accomplished the game, because how many times on a golf course is there water right and you have a mile left?
Yeah.
You might not hit the best shot, but you literally just didn't hit it in the water.
Yeah.
It's a good result. You can get away
decent
with that one. I'm gonna give you more club,
Okay.
and you're gonna have to flight this.
Okay.
So much of what I do with the best players in the world is learning to take speed off.
Interesting.
They have so much speed as it is.
Okay.
But we need distance control, and
Okay.
more importantly, we need spin control once they hit the green. So this is one of those things that we're always going to push you to take more club in practice.
Not what I expected.
Really good.
Okay.
That's amazing.
That worked out.
That was amazing.
So we get 144.9.
Dude,
I missed it by 0.1.
give me some love.
Yeah.
That was sick. Is this supposed to be hard?
This is, yeah, you gave the easy games here today.
So if you're an amateur at home, this is one of those you can do as well, because so often they underclub, right?
Yeah.
They stand there and they think they hit it further than they do.
Yeah.
But this case, for tour guys, we're working on spin.
That.
Okay.
Alright.
But you executed the game.
Got away with it.
You got away with it. That's a good result in these games. We're not there'll be a lot of games that we play that we're literally trying to hole the shot.
Okay.
Like one of my favorite games ever is called Banks Open. There's
Okay.
a legendary story of this guy in a pre-Q in Vegas who shouted Banks Open as he slam dunked one.
Nice.
There'll be a game that we play where we are literally trying to hole it. That's
Okay.
not this game. This game is a great one for majors.
Yeah.
This is a great game for, super high level am tournaments where the greens are firm, where you can't necessarily attack pins.
Got it.
You need to be able to play 10, 15, 20 feet left of a green if it gives it to you, because like we said, double bogey's right.
Yep.
So let's keep doing. We'll do
Okay.
one more of these.
All right, so we got 8 iron. We're taking, gosh, a lot off of it.
A lot off.
And hitting this cut, starts left.
Oh, that's about 5 yards right. Okay, didn't accomplish the goal. Started at it.
Started at it, fades.
Yeah.
So as we go with better players, then we'll do the opposite, right? So you started with wedge.
Yep.
Or you started with 9. Where's your wedge?
Started with wedge, so now I need to go 50.
Now we go 50.
Okay.
Because there'll be some times that you're playing, maybe, like, what's the most important tournament for you this year?
Probably like USAM qualifier or mid-am qualifier,
Okay,
right?
let's go mid-am.
Yeah.
It's the 18th hole of the mid-am qualifier.
Yeah.
I'm your caddy, and we have 145 yards. There's a 0 chance we're hitting an 8 iron.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You
step
are
on
going to be
something.
jacked up.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's hit this.
Okay.
But
Missed it
learning
right.
your miss and learning your tendencies is the goal of all of this.
Okay.
I need you to understand what you do under pressure. And if you're not giving yourself practice opportunities, the only chances you have are in tournaments where
Right.
you're not learning a ton. You either did it or
Yeah.
you didn't.
Don't want that to be the
Yeah,
first
yeah,
chance.
definitely not.
All right, so I got to go.
Missed it right.
Let's go a little more left.
Hammered.
There we go.
Oops, that thing.
What did we get? 137. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So now, in that mid-am qualifier for you, you've hit a range of shots at
Yeah.
145, which probably wouldn't have done before.
Yep.
Now you know, look, I'm a little juiced up. That flew 138 right now.
Yeah.
Chances are I can get that 140, 145 in a tournament. Probably not going to hit an 8, but you now are learning. The other thing that we're doing too is we're going to teach you to take that speed off. That's
Okay.
one of the best wedge players in the world control their distance
Yeah.
better than anyone.
Got it. Got it. Cool. All right.
Let's do it.
All right. We're moving on to the driver for game 3. What do we got?
So it's pretty simple. It's the heart rate T-ball.
Okay.
Everyone knows the feeling of being on the first tee, and
Yeah.
you can't replicate that in practice.
Yeah.
There's no way to feel the same anxiety that you feel. But through our research, we have found that heart rate does correlate. So although we can't match the anxiety, the nerves, the pressure, we can get your heart rate jammed up. So we're gonna do something a little different. You're gonna hit one cold. So just set your tee up.
Okay.
And we're gonna set a very, very tight tee ball.
Okay.
So US Opens are 22 yards wide. Best case scenario, you get through locals, you get through sectionals, you're playing in the US Open,
Love
right?
that, yep.
So we're gonna pick 2 targets 22 yards wide. So here's the way we do this, really simple.
Okay.
We look out in the distance and we just guess. What do you see out there that's about 22 yards wide?
Let's see, if I hit it and it landed between the one real close and the one that we were hitting at, it was 145. In between those two, if it lands in between those, that has to be 22 yards,
Send
right?
it.
Okay.
So go through your, this is, we're gonna hit 8 drivers.
Okay.
You're gonna go through your full pre-tournament routine. Yeah, any alignment sticks, anything like that, get it out of the way. You are gonna go through your entire routine here, just like you do, right? Now on the tee, you know, Cordy, here we go, everyone kind of does the fake clap. They hope you hit it into oblivion, and you're up.
Oh, come on. Oh, that is like 5 yards right.
So close.
Ah, okay, like 10 yards right.
So let's talk about this, right? Practice versus play. We want to make practice more difficult than the course. Chances are you're not playing a 22-yard wide fairway very often. But the more that we practice in difficult parameters, by the time you get out there and you look, you're like, dude, I got 60 yards. It looks like I got all the time in the world. So now we're going to do 10 jumping jacks.
Okay.
Didn't know you were getting your workout in this morning.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now, take 30 seconds.
Okay.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Because we're going to jam our heart rate up, but we need to be able to lower it. That's one of the most important skills that tour guys are able to do, right? They get hyped up, and then so a lot of the guys will wear monitors, and I can see what they're doing on the golf course. You'll see it peak on the first tee, and then when they're walking to the fairway, it's lowered. It'll spike when they hit their shot, and it lowers.
Interesting.
We as AMs don't necessarily work on that because we don't play tournaments every day.
Right.
They do that subconsciously. We can work on that in reality. So same thing. Go through your full routine. Hear it in your head. Now on the tee.
Oh, don't go right again.
So again, it's an incredible drive.
Yeah, again,
We're
10
so
yards
happy
right,
with
same
that.
spot.
We're so happy with that. So we repeat that 8 times. And as you go, the more fatigue that you get, the more your heart rate gets up. We're gonna learn our miss.
Got it.
So my miss, when I'm cold, is just a little wipey fade. Under the gun, I hit it left.
Really?
And I know that because I've done this. Now I'm my own guinea pig, which sucks. So, but I know that in a tournament, I tend to get quick left.
Okay.
So you need to push yourself to the point where you figure out what matches on the golf course. So same thing, take 30 seconds.
It's funny you say that because I've seen that too. Like during a tournament, you get out there and I start hitting draws all day. It's like
I don't hit draws.
What do you like?
Yeah, what?
Who is this golfer?
Yeah, I never see the ball go left.
Yeah.
It's a big plane. Reiterate it to yourself over and over. Hear your name announced. Now on the tee. It's the biggest moment of your life. This is the biggest tournament. All the work that you've done, you've achieved your goal. Now you're here.
I did it worse. That's like 30 yards right.
So I know this might be a bit of a spoiler alert, but under the gun, we hit it much worse.
Yeah.
The first one that you hit typically is going to be it's going to be great. It's going to be your best one. And then as we go, trust me, I've done this a million times with tour pros, and it gets squirrely.
Just falls off a cliff.
Squirrely. And the other thing is that, and I think this is really important, people are afraid of looking dumb.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're at your driving range and like you're doing jumping jacks and people look and laugh.
Yeah.
Everyone looked and laughed at me when I was a nobody and I didn't coach any tour pros. I was just a weirdo on the range doing it. And then it worked. And then, so I always want people to get over that initial fear of like, oh God, what if they laugh?
Right.
You know what sucks? Shooting 82. Like that,
that
that's way worse. Like this is one of those things that.
4, 5. I gotta perform. I'm gonna do it.
I love it.
I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna do it.
Okay.
That's the mentality, man. Hear yourself announced, right? See it. It's the biggest tournament of the year for you. Because the biggest tournament of the year for you is different than the biggest tournament of the year for me, different than the next guy. Look at you.
Stay right there. It is on the line.
On the line.
Oh, it's like 3 yards right, but
I'm counting it.
Okay, we're counting it.
22 yards wide.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah.
Chances are, I mean, the best tour pros in the world, look at the US Open stats. They're not hitting a ton of fairways.
Yep.
So if we as amateurs are practicing at that, all of a sudden we get out on, here at Florida and there's some really tough tee balls.
Yep.
They're all 60 yards wide.
Yeah.
You've just been doing this with your heart rate elevated, you get out there and it translates. That's the goal.
I'm curious on this. We did a video with Claude where he had me doing some sprinting and stuff too.
Yes.
I saw speeds drop as it goes higher. Like that last one was 113. I started at 116 club head speed. Is that normal as well? Do you see that? Like speeds kind of?
So it depends on the person. So some players will speed up when they're under the gun. Most people speed down.
Okay.
Because there's stress, there's anxiety. You can't just hit it anywhere.
Yeah.
We have a speed game that you could do where basically you're rearing back and you're doing the same exercise, which is funny.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, come on, hit it harder, hit it harder, hit it harder. I don't care where it goes.
Yeah.
Very different than under the gun. My swing, like we were talking about, gets shorter.
Yeah.
Gets much guidier. The best players in the world, they're free, they're throwing it at the bottom, whereas for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. My swing gets slower as well. Nothing to be alarmed of, but amazing that you notice that.
Yeah.
The entire goal of practice is you learning what makes you.
It's true, but we don't, okay. How many jets are we gonna get in this video?
All of the jets.
Let's get a jet counter.
I hope we should get a jet counter. It'd be hilarious. Ding, ding. So our entire goal of practice is giving you learning opportunities.
Yeah.
Because I'm not at all worried about the results. Clearly, the results make you, the player, feel good. My job as a coach, as a facilitator, is to give you opportunities to learn. Hey, what happens under the gun? What happens when I'm out there and I'm freaking out?
Yeah.
None of the plans that I make for my tour pros are for a Saturday afternoon, hit and giggle. It's for the US Opens, it's for the majors, it's for the tournament in Augusta. That's what we're building. And the same as for you it's that mid-am, it's the US Open qualifier, it's the state am. We need you to be able to match that level of intensity in your practice.
The other thing on that, which I've started doing the last 6 months, I don't know why it took me this long, but is writing it down too afterwards, like taking some notes about, all right, if it's wedges, like I hit a 60, here are the yardages for this, hitting drivers, was hitting cuts, the speed, things like that. Like I used, like that last one I tried to use like a box breathing, right? Like, breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just like little things like that of like, because we don't remember stuff either. We're terrible at that as golfers, so you got to write it.
Of course, and pros have caddies, right? So my job, if I'm caddying for you, is to remind you of that. Hey, I can see you're a little bit revved up, but when we're in the state am, we don't have a caddy. We're out there just trying to wing it ourselves, and trust me, I forget everything that I've ever worked on when I'm out there.
Exactly.
That's part of being an amateur golfer.
This is a great game. I think this is like, I love simulating tournament pressure and trying to like get more confident when we step on that tee. Okay, next game. Where are we going?
Heading to the chipping green.
Okay, let's do it. All right, game number 4. We've made our way over to the chipping area.
Yes.
What do we got going on here?
Amazing game for everyone at home because you can do this no matter what. So if you kind of look at the ground here, you don't need tour perfect. I don't want perfect lies when we're chipping. This is kind of the theme of today, right? We want to make practice harder than we go on the course. Out there, perfect, everything's fluffy, the ball sits up. We want to find a good lie, a bad lie, and then one that you hit it in and you're like, I am dead. This is the worst case scenario. God hates me. I can't believe he would ever let me end up in this lie in a tournament. It only happens to me. So really simple. We're going to pick a pin about 20, 30 yards away, right? We want to be able to have something that runs out to start. And we're just going to hit 3 shots.
Okay. Are we doing points or anything like that? Or are we just hitting?
We're trying to make every single chip in this. So a lot of what we'll do is creative, blend of creative, outcome. This is a little bit of both because you get to be creative, but we're also outcome focused here, where we're trying to make every single chip that we hit.
All right, we're just gonna hit a normal little runner. Bit too far, sit. Oh boy.
All right, so when the good one ends up at 50 feet,
I'll tell you this Florida chipping, man, this is gonna be the death of me.
Florida chipping, There's a reason that guys talk about chipping on Bermuda, and I didn't know until I moved down here, and I just, you know, laid the sod on a couple of them and went, uh-oh.
Oh man. Okay, so we got the bad. This isn't great.
Yeah, this is tough.
It's gonna come out low, and here we go.
Amazing.
All right, not bad.
Solid.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. The good lie we're trying to make, right? We're trying to make that. The bad lie, anything inside 10 feet, we're looking for something in that 30 to 40% make rate.
Okay.
The ugly one, we're trying to hit it to 12, 15 feet,
Yeah.
just to give ourselves that chance. So you as the player, find yourself what makes you
I mean, that's
disgusting.
unpleasant. That's very unpleasant.
That's disgusting.
All right.
So the reason there's no scoring is because each one of the lies will change depending on where you're at, the outcome that we're looking for.
It's just a chop.
You're stoked.
I like it. I like it a lot.
That probably ends up at 8 feet.
Yeah.
40% make rate from there.
Yep.
We're so excited. We're so pumped. So now we're gonna move around. We
Okay.
wanna chip from as many different locations, and we wanna see as much as we can.
Okay.
So let's go find another couple
Okay.
good, bad, and uglies.
So tell me, okay,
What about my 15 handicap friends who want this game? How are they adjusting this game? What are we thinking
They're
about?
doing the same thing to where the good for them might be 20 feet. The bad might be they didn't chunk it, and the ugly might be, hey, I just got some club face on it.
Yep.
Tour Pros, obviously, we're trying to make every single shot. For us, we're trying to set that.
Sit.
Simmer. All right.
The good.
The good's been
I don't
killing
like the
us.
good.
Okay, this will be the bad.
All right.
That thing's actually sitting up not too bad,
I like
but it's
that.
soft under.
Yeah.
So we're going through and we're saying, okay, soft under. So for you, we're looking at tour averages, basically. You know, the good we're trying to make, the bad we're trying to hit somewhere in that 6 feet, the ugly, you know, 10 to 12.
okay.
Man, just too much heat on these. Goodness sakes. Flying way too far. All right. At least we're learning.
Ugly.
Okay, that is ugly. Okay, so you think that still, you know, our 10, 15 handicap friends should practice hitting hard shots like this.
I know this is gonna sound weird. They hit it in worse spots than we do.
Sure,
So
that's
they
true,
should
that's
be
true.
practicing hitting it from where they actually do.
Yeah.
They hit it in these spots all the time. Chances are they're not playing perfectly manicured golf courses.
Right.
They're getting tons of these lies.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of weird for my tour guys. It's harder to practice these because their practice facilities are so good.
Right.
We have to push them to find challenging lies. But at your local muni, you probably get a lot of these lies.
Yep.
Very true. Oh yeah, nice hard pan, sand. Okay, a little softer this time.
Yep, there it is.
There's the ugly.
We got it.
Let's keep moving around.
It's hard.
Very tough. My entire goal is practice is always gonna be harder than the game.
Yeah.
By the time we get out there, when you miss the green, you're like, wow, hey, this lie's not that bad because I've been hitting them from those,
Yeah.
you know, for eternity.
I was okay at the wedge game, okay at the shot shaping game, driver game was decent at. This game immediately, it's like, oh,
Oh boy.
whoa. Okay, maybe we need to do more in this area, you know, than the other ones.
The tour guys always laugh. I will find the monster that lives under your bed.
Yeah.
I will find him. He
Yeah.
will come out.
All right, a little softer.
There we go.
Awesome. Great
That was a
outcome.
good shot.
50% make right there.
Yeah.
Now we'll go bad in there.
Whew. Like this.
Short game to me is the most fun because you can get so creative.
Yeah.
Right? There's no rules. I hit it in bad spots all the time. All the tour pros hit it in bad spots all the time.
Yep.
You just get to be creative and figure out how to make it work.
Gosh, okay, do we do the chop or do we do the bunker shot? I think we do the bunker shot. Let's find out. Yeah,
Dude.
there it is.
Hey.
Just an easy bunker shot, you know?
We'll go ugly and we're gonna make this thing sit up.
All right. This is the chop. We'll chop and run this one along, I think. Or do you play the bunker shot? You could go either way here too. Let's go bunker shot again. Almost.
Amazing.
Close.
That's for the ugly lie.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
What you just did, thinking through that.
Yeah.
That's conscious practice.
Yeah.
You were asking yourself the questions. My entire goal, like we talked about in the beginning, is to facilitate those questions
Yeah.
so that when you're practicing, how do I hit the shot? What do I do? Because when you're in a tournament, that's what's happening.
Yeah.
You're wondering what shot should I hit, and you're deciding 17 different things. As players get better too, they have more shots. So they need to pull the right one and make the right decisions. That's what we're trying to create here.
Awesome. How much are you mixing it up where obviously I have maybe some skill deficiency around a basic chip shot on Bermuda grass. How much are you mixing it up and saying like, all right, we're gonna hit 5 of them here and we're just gonna work on this and this and this?
Technique's so important. I am not a swing coach. You've gotten to work with the best swing coaches in the world. So many of them are my friends. They're the best. Those guys work on technique, and we always offer players the chance to work on it. If you want to work on technique, yeah, a basic block practice, hey, let's just hit 10 of them. I'm going to work on my technique, whatever that feel is. You need that time.
Yeah. But
we also need the time to work on outcome-based productivity games. It has to be a blend. And there's no hard science of like, you should do, 80% this, 20% that. It's a feel thing, and that push-pull is really difficult to find the right mix. Depends on the player.
I think my recommendation to people is always around engagement. Like if you find yourself either overly frustrated or you're just kind of lost, then change. So if I'm over here and suddenly, we're like 20 minutes in and I'm, I've changed 6 things and hitting it, like this and trying to get maybe we should, go play some games, get creative and get the brain engaged again, right? So it's
You're gonna be a dad of 4.
Yeah.
We have 90 minutes, maybe. You get the hall pass for 90 minutes. You can't afford 30 minutes on technique.
Right.
It just doesn't work. You get bogged down and then you get frustrated and then you're trying to fix a problem that maybe you know how to fix, maybe you don't because your coach isn't there. And that's how bad practice really starts. When you're with your coach, spend that technique time. When you're away from your coach, chances are you don't know how to fix the problems. That's why we pay professionals. I always laugh about that.
Yeah.
So focus on that. Hey, I have 10 minutes to work on my technique. We always call it the Dim Tunkin because he just did fundamentals. Tim Duncan, so we wouldn't get sued. The classic.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
The classic.
I see.
The fundamentals, right? Whatever your fundamentals are, we offer typically 20 minutes a day.
Okay.
So say today I'm going to work on my driver. I'm going to spend my 20-minute fundamental block working on driver. The next day it would be I'm going to spend my 20 minutes on chipping.
Awesome. All right, next game. Let's do it.
Let's go to the putting green.
All right, run us through the setup. What's our putting game here, Nico?
Welcome to the putting green. So on tour, one of the biggest problems they have is that there aren't holes always to putt to, right? You play US Open, there's 150 dudes on a little putting green, and we're trying to figure out a way, how can we get our guys warmed up, hitting the targets without an actual physical cup. So I love watches, always been a big watch guy. We have a game called the Rolex. Basically, you have a half moon and you putt to a cup. Then I made this one up. This is probably the sickoest of sicko putting games.
Love that. That's what we're here for.
This is the deep cuts, right? Like this is the deep tracks of Golf Blueprint Tour putting games. So really simple. Tees. So we're gonna take a tee and we're gonna ideally find flat. Like something flat-ish.
Well, we're decent here.
We're decently flat, right? So we put this in the middle.
Okay.
And then for us, we're AMs, let's go 3 feet to start ideally. So you just go one pace, put it in, and then we're basically just gonna make a little semicircle around it with our tees. And really, really, really simple. You get 2 tries from each spot and you're trying to go all the way around.
Hit the tee.
Hit the tee. Hit the middle tee.
All right. I don't know if this is gonna be easy or hard, to be honest with you.
When I say to you that it's gonna get progressively harder, like most of the games that we've talked about, I recommend making this feel easy.
Hit the tee.
Boom. So then we move on. These are the putts that us as AMs, we never, ever, ever putt. When's the last time you played a game with your buddy and you had to putt a 3-footer?
Do not.
If I put a 3-footer, I'm fighting my friend. Like we're getting in a fist fight.
I like that. Woo! Gotta hit it.
Gotta hit it. So 2 tries from each spot. AMs sometimes will change it and give them 3, but you're a great player. Let's go 2.
Don't miss these. I saw my putter do one of these on the...
I got the figure 8 in my bag.
Didn't like how that looked.
All right, so we restart.
Great success here, guys, with this game. This is really crushing this one.
It should be easy.
That tee is small though, Nico. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
It's not large, that's for sure.
That one's easy.
I really like starting off at this 3-foot range because, again, most of us never putt them. and it's doable.
Right.
For my tour guys, we start at 6 feet, and I get a lot of angry texts after some time because I don't let them leave until they finish.
Yeah, all the way around.
There you go.
At 6 feet, I imagine this being really a lot of fun.
Yeah, some of the games, most all of them have time limits. That's something that I think is really important for AMs, but for the tour guys, we tend to just let them just suffer.
Yep. Nope. What do you think about, I think most of my friends don't practice because, like, practice isn't fun if you do it, like, just kind of traditionally, in my opinion.
Sucks.
Right? Like, really boring. And so everyone says, hey, I don't practice. I just play. Like, I think that should change over time here in the golf industry, right? Like,
most players don't practice because you nailed it. It sucks. It's boring. You do the same things every day. And let's knock this one in.
Okay.
Run it back.
We're gonna be here all day, guys.
Practice sucks, especially if you're a good player, because it doesn't simulate anything that you experience on the golf course.
No.
There's no juice, there's no fun, and there's really no stimulus. There's no rewards and there's no punishments. Our goal is to make the days that you're practicing as similar to the course as you can. If you can play, go play. I always tell that to people. But you can't play 18 holes typically in 90 minutes. We can still get really good practice in. This game's so hard. This game is so hard. All the people at home right now sitting on the couch are like, "Oh, this game's easy."
Yeah,
Like,
Luke, come over here. Put the camera down behind the ball. This is for footage later. We're gonna watch just what's going on. Yeah, thank you. What the? I'm gonna start scooting the ball closer to the tee here. All right. Wait, so is this hard or do I just suck at this?
No, this is immensely difficult.
This is hard. Okay.
Yeah, this is not easy. This is anything that looks easy is there's always a catch.
Yeah, I look at your Instagram and you're constantly playing golf.
All the time.
Yeah.
I try to play as much as I can because for me, so much of the things that I'm learning on the course, how I can take them to practice. You're close.
God.
You got it. Lock in.
Which is funny because you're the practice guy.
Exactly.
And you're always playing golf.
Yeah, my goal is to be able to say, okay, how can I translate the course to practice?
Yeah.
And that's the way that I learn. I learned that when I get over 3-footers, I freak out.
Yeah.
So then I need to create games to replicate the stress that I'm experiencing on the golf course.
This is so hard. I've never had to think about my start line so much. Is that, I mean, that's the focus of this game, right?
Yes.
You gotta start line.
Yes. It's so close. How could you miss it? As everyone says on TV when a guy misses a 3-footer on tour.
Yeah. Rory at the US Open missing that slider,
Right.
you know, everyone, how could you miss that
Of
short
course.
putt? Well,
It's a lot harder than it looks. Nailed it.
I even consider this a strength of mine right now. is like this range.
Sure.
So it's funny that we're struggling here.
You got it. And this is one of those that mentally you just tell yourself, okay, I'm not leaving until I do it, and there's no options. There's no, no. It's like I'm going to complete this drill. Oh boy. All right, we made it to 3. As long as you tell yourself that, you don't give yourself the mental ability to say, you know, well, it's too hard or it's this. No, I literally can't leave until I finish this. You will complete it. Yeah, atta
yes,
boy.
Passed.
Atta boy.
We made it past. Oh, that
New
feels
territory.
Good. Never been here before.
Folks, he's literally never been here before. They always say act like you've done it before, but I've never done it before.
Never done it before. People are just gonna laugh. There's like tees right next to each other. What are you doing?
Yes. Atta boy.
You gotta go through the pain to get the joy, you know.
One more.
We're learning all kinds of stuff out here.
Literally everyone is rooting for you.
Yeah.
Mostly me, so we can do more putting.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. No, too high. Okay, now I know the line. We're good. We're good. Yes.
Let's go.
I did it.
Okay.
Oh man.
How's it feel?
Frickin' A.
It's stressful.
Did you hear the breathing? Like, and the suddenly,
The
like, we're
exhale.
just wasn't talking anymore, and we're like, I gotta finish this game so we can catch our flight later. And
You do have a flight later. You're literally thinking to yourself, my flight is in 4 hours. I might not finish.
Nico's gonna make me stay here.
We would. We would sit
No,
here.
it's great. I mean, that's what practice needs to be, right?
Yes.
Like, you get really frustrated, you're frustrated, I'm never gonna make it. Then you start making it around, and then it's like pressure, and then you gotta dial it in, right? Like,
So
it's
we did
great.
that at 3 feet.
Yeah.
The next time do it at 4 feet.
Yeah.
The next time do it at 5 feet. The tour guys do it at 6 feet.
That's crazy.
And then here, once we go hit some cup, the cup looks like a beach ball.
looks huge,
Like
yeah.
it's just absolutely massive. But you accomplished something.
Yeah.
You won in practice.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I think that good players will miss and why they don't like to practice. There's no winning and there's no losing.
Yeah.
You won in practice today. Like you have a small win, big momentum. The next time you get over your 3-footer and you're like, man, I'm kind of nervous. You're like, oh dude, I've done this. I putted to
Yeah.
a tee, bang,
Yeah.
knock it in.
I love it. I love it. All right, do we have another one?
We got one
Are we
more.
good?
We
Okay,
got one more bonus one.
Okay. Okay, last game. What do we got?
Bonus game.
Okay.
So we just had an absolute ass kicker.
Yeah.
So hard, aim small, miss small, really, really tough. This is the opposite.
Okay.
This is super high confidence. So when I'm building my tour guys plans, we want to blend, right? We want to blend of like really, really tough and then super high confidence.
Okay.
This is one that a lot of guys do, you know, maybe Wednesday night, maybe whatever it is for my live guys, Thursday night, right before they go play. We want to see a lot of these go in. Really super simple. 10, 20, 30.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.5. We drop 3 balls.
Okay.
All we gotta do, one of them's gotta go in. And
All
then
right.
we'll repeat it at 20 and we'll repeat it at 30. So the key is, just like the other game, you have to make one at each spot or we
Okay.
just restart. But the whole point is, we wanna see a lot of these go in.
Right. I like that.
Buckets.
There we go.
Now we go to 20.
Okay.
Go back.
I'll let you count. You're the distance master here. You.
So really simple. We'll add a little bit of a bonus. You had 2 extras.
Okay.
Now you get 5 chances from there. You see what I'm saying?
I
So
like this.
it creates, pays to be a winner. All right, so then we go to 20 feet. And now you got 5 chances.
All right.
This is just an easy, easy game to finish your day. You feel good again.
Yeah.
The night before a tournament, that you want that little feeling of a win. And you also see a lot of them go in.
Can we do it in 3 putts? The dream starts here. Let's see. No, we pulled it. Pretty close though.
So 10, 20, 30s for a reason. The 10 is because that's just under 40%-ish
Okay.
make rate.
Okay.
We want to see those go in. The 20, you're not making a lot of 20-footers, but on the days that you make these putts, you are so pumped.
Yeah.
And the 30, same way. So by the time you go to the tee, you've seen yourself make putts that you wouldn't necessarily normally make. All right. But hey, you still got 4 more chances.
still got some more.
All of these games are adaptable too. Like I said, for the amateurs at home, build the lives into it. For the tour guys, no, we give them 3 chances, that's it.
Just gotta get it started at the hole. Let's see if we can do it.
All right, still got 2 more chances.
All right.
No worries.
Dang it. I wanted to make that. Okay. Man, just got to get the start line right. Greens are rolling
little bit of spice out here.
Perfectly, doesn't have any break in it.
Yeah, for the people at home, we want something uphill, basically no break. This is a high confidence game. Putts you wouldn't normally make.
That's gotta go. Come on,
Did
please.
you?
Dang it. I knew as soon as I hit that, it was soft. Come on. Come on, here we go. I like to leave it down to the pressure on the last ball. No reason not to. Wasn't gonna leave that one short.
Let's go. All right, now we go to 30.
All right.
Same thing, 3 balls.
All right, that was good. You know what? We did it. It's nothing better than getting that last shot on camera.
How about you just do it on the first one?
That would be much easier.
That would be way cooler.
All right. We know the putt.
Okay, you just said the most important thing. The game builds, so you've already read the 10-footer. You've already read the 20-footer, so you know what those last feet do. You just found the most important part of the game.
I got it.
Good putt, though.
I like that one.
So the misses in this game, right? If we look at all of the misses from 30 feet, they're either just missing the cup or they're kick-ins. But normally when you have a 30-footer, you're like, oh, I hope I make this one, but then you hit the one that goes 6 feet by. He's trying to make them. So all of the putts are just missing, just missing, just missing. That's really the most important part long term.
Ah.
If you notice though, they're just barely missing. That's the key, so that when he's playing tournaments, he just taps them in, no big deal. There's no stress. All right, last one.
Okay, here we go. Let's do it again. Love it. Love it. Oh. All right,
So
we got the 10-20.
10, 20, 30. You're
It's
playing
the
it for
30.
tournaments. We restart it
Gotta
from
restart.
10, 20, 30. That's the way we do that.
Dude, this is sick. We've got our games. Make sure to go down in the link. We've got the PDF that you made. That's
Yes.
so kind of you. You put that all together. It's awesome.
Of course.
If people want more stuff like this, Golf Blueprint,
Yes.
go there. You will make this for people, right? Like,
Yes.
This is what you do.
Yes.
Awesome. Anything else people should know about you? Follow on Instagram. You always got updates there.
I try to give away as much free content as I can every day. I'm probably not that great at business, and then I'm giving away whatever I'm researching. But at the end of the day, it's like you. I love the information research, and yeah, happy to help however I can.
Dude, this has been awesome. Thanks for the time, man. Appreciate it.
You're the best.